Hey guys, welcome back to episode 103. I'm Isela Perea.
And I'm Mia Nunez.
And today, in this episode, I interviewed Miss Stebelton about the capstone projects.
And I interviewed Coach DeCesare about the boys' basketball season.
And we both interviewed Mr. Colletti about final exams.
We hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, I'm your host, Isela Perea.
And I'm Mia Nunez. And a lot has happened since our last episode. We have our sports winter teams doing well so far. We have boys and girls basketball, boys and girls bowling, swim, cheer, and wrestling. They've had a successful season so far, and we hope that they continue the success.
Speaking about success, we had a very successful Giving Tuesday, so thank you all for who donated. We also had a very successful sock drive, which just happened, and then we celebrated our Immaculate Conception feast.
Yeah.
So that was very, very, very nice to have. So Mia, why are you in your Christmas PJs?
Oh, I just rolled out of bed like this and I thought I'd come to school. No, so actually we're doing a Christmas Spirit Week here. It's sponsored by City of D, and all of the proceeds that we make are going to St. James Food Pantry. We, charge $1 when you come in, and that money goes towards St. James. So we're super fun we get to do that, right?
Yeah.
And it's great that we're giving back to St. James. But yeah, so today is Christmas PJs, as you guys can tell by my Mickey Christmas PJs. They're pretty cool. Tomorrow is accessory day, your Santa hats, your lights, like necklace, whatever you want to wear. Wednesday is class color day. Each class has a different color to wear. And then Thursday is our Christmas sweater day, and we don't have school Friday, so.
Yeah, that is right. Well, Friday is our refresh day
Yes.
to get in preparations for the final exams that are happening next week. And final exams are a really big deal, especially for these freshmen who's never taken these. So Mia, just kind of run us down what final exams are looking like next week.
Yeah, so each final exam is 70 minutes. You are going to go first, you're going to take 3 final exams a day, except for the last day. So next Monday, we're going to have first through third period. Each is 70 minutes, as I said, and then Tuesday would be 4th to 6th period, and then Wednesday is 7th and 8th. So, yeah.
Yeah. And in this episode, we interviewed Miss Stebelton about our capstone projects, Coach DeCesare about boys basketball, and then as well as Mr. Colletti about final exams.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy.
Thanks, guys. Hey guys, I'm here with Mrs. Stebelton to talk about the capstone projects. So, good morning, Miss Stebelton. How are you?
Good morning, Isela. I'm great. Thank you.
Good. So just kind of an introduction and deep down on what you do here at DeCesare. So how long have you been here?
I've been teaching at DeCesare for 18 years.
And so what classes do you teach here?
Currently, I have Honors English 4 and Young Adult Literature, but I spent a lot of my time here teaching American literature. Okay. I just gave that up this year. I've actually taught freshmen, juniors, and seniors, but never sophomores.
And so what is your title here at DeCesare? Because I know you have a big old title here.
Yes, I am the Director of Advanced Learning Programs, and basically kind of an umbrella term for overseeing honors program, AP, PAC, like college credit kind of classes. So, sort of elevated and advanced courses.
Mm-hmm. And so why maybe AP class? Was that something that you took in high school, or is that something that interests you? Like, why do you think AP classes and honors are so important?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. I actually didn't have any AP classes in high school.
Wow.
I went to a very rural, very small high school in Indiana. Mm-hmm. But I think I kind of missed out on that. So that's probably part of it. Like giving students opportunities to prepare for college, to be ready for that next step, I find to be very valuable and important.
I agree. And so coming from a person who's an AP class for sure.
Nice.
So our seniors just finished up their capstone project. And so can you just explain what a capstone is, why it's so important for seniors to do?
Yeah, definitely. So the capstone project is kind of in 2 parts. During students' junior year, they work on the paper portion, and then their senior year, they present or defend their research from their junior year. And that happens at the beginning of senior year so that they know that they're gearing up to graduate with honors before they even go on Christmas break. But it takes about a year and a half of the academic time, and the students pursue a topic that they're interested in outside of their coursework. So it can be something that they didn't learn enough about in their classes. It could be something that they want to study in college and they're trying to create a foundation for that. It could be something even that they just want to know about why people work the way they do. There are a lot of psychology topics involved. So just as a chance to genuinely inquire about something, find the answer to it. And I think kind of the most important piece that I can see is that looking for credible, verifiable sources that you can count on to be experts about whatever topic you're looking into. I think that's so important in the world today. There's a lot of information out there. Not all of it is good information. So I think learning the process of, thinking critically about what is and isn't good information, what can and can't support your own arguments, is really a huge piece to that. But they do the research, then they write an outline, a paper, and then present. So it's a multi-step project. It's very involved, and there are deadlines, but it's also supposed to be a process that the individual kind of goes through themselves.
Yeah. So how long have you been managing these capstones and actually watching the presentation?
So I've been the honors program director for 8 years, since 2014, and that's how long I've been watching them. I've watched every presentation every year for those 8 years. Yep, because I'm the only one who sees all of them. So there's an administrator at every presentation, but it's not always the same administrator. And then every student has a different advisor. So I'm the only person who gets to see every one of them and kind of, get the broad scope of what took place there. So I do find that important. I find them very interesting. Those 2 weeks can be exhausting, though, trying to be actively listening to everyone who comes in and, supportive. Even before that, though, I was an advisor on some of the projects. So I feel like the first year that I taught juniors, I had 7 students that I worked with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's no longer even possible. Advisors can only take 5 because 7 was a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it was, I just find it a great project. I always have. And so since I've been the director, I've really tried to invest my time and energy in it in valuable ways.
And so were there any memorable presentations this year and in your past years that you've been here?
Oh, there have been tons of memorable ones. Just looking back, I think there was one on peanut allergies and why there's an increased prevalence in that. Okay. There was one on are birds dinosaurs? And the answer is yes, birds are descended from dinosaurs. This year, there were a ton of good ones. Can I mention names? Is that okay?
Yes,
okay, great. So Journey Hodari did a phenomenal job at every step of the way. It's almost like textbook. Perfect job. We also have, Mary Hopkins went in depth in a Supreme Court case, and she actually listened to transcripts of that case being argued in court. Maiko Hendrix's opening video was TikTok worthy, it was fantastic. Elijah Jones also, and then they also did solid projects on urban farming. And the influence of Protestant Reformation in America today. Kaylee Washington did a documentary style on music and cultural identity that was very original and different and explored her own passion for editing. So she didn't have to go the standard presentation route. She did, stand up and answer questions, but we watched her documentary. So, just really tons of great examples. And in all disciplines, it did lots of, different student interests. So they were quite good this year.
It was just a broad perspective of everything and anything, because you mentioned Supreme Court cases, then all
yes.
the religion, which are two
Absolutely,
opposite things.
yeah. Every topic that you can think of has been explored. There are some topics that get revisited quite a bit. Social media is one, because that's something that teenagers are grappling with, so that makes sense. But
and so, are there any last words that maybe you'd like to give to these juniors who are preparing for their capstone, and then to the seniors who had just finished theirs?
Yeah, so to the seniors, I'd just like to say congratulations, you're done. Well done. You should be relieved and proud. To the juniors, I would say, thinking forward about listening hopefully to how many great presentations there were this year, that could be you next year. And all you need to do is to make sure that your topic is good, something that you really want to know the answer to and don't mind pursuing at length, because you have to do a lot of reading on it. Meeting your deadlines, staying prepared, and communicating with your advisor, because that relationship is, super crucial to the success of the project. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Estella.
And I will pass it over to Mia.
Thanks so much, Isela. I'm Mia Nunez, and I'm here with Coach DeCesare of the boys basketball team. Thanks for being here today, Coach.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
So I know that you're pretty new to D, being a coach. You've coached at Rita. You most recently were just in Miami. What brought you to D?
Well, it's, I coached in the Catholic League for 10 years and loved the Catholic League. When I was at St. Rita, I thought DeCesare was a great job, with its location, facilities, the DeCesarian education, which I had at St. Raymond's, my high school in the Bronx. So I'm a Christian Brothers boy, growing up, really. So, it was very attractive when the job opened up. So, looked into it and, it all worked out.
Awesome. What motivates you to be a coach?
Help kids, taking young boys when they come in and see them leave as men and see them grow. And, one of the greatest things is the everlasting relationships I have with my players across, all across the country right now. When you're doing this for 30 years, you have a lot of guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're great dads and great fathers and great people.
Transitioning from, Coach White being the coach and now you, what has been the easiest thing for you and what's been the most challenging thing?
Well, the most challenging thing is trying to, get the program going on all three levels. Trying to sell DeCesare out there to the community and try to, get the local community too back involved, and that's challenging, and we're going to keep picking away at that.
Yeah, for sure. You guys have had a pretty successful season. You guys are 6-1 right now, I believe. You're 2-0 in conference. You just had big wins against Fenwick and DePaul. What has been your key to success?
Well, the guys are really playing hard and buying in, and we have a mixture of returning players with a couple of transfers in, and so trying to blend them and mix them together to, perform on the court has been, a really good challenge, and they've been doing a great job. And they're playing hard. As long as you play hard, then you always be in the game.
What have been some key players for you guys so far?
Anthony Davis has really improved. Evan Jackson has really improved. Rich Lindsay has been a great addition to the program. Hopefully we can get Tavarian back, in the next couple of weeks. Brian Hedrick has been really, really good too. So, it's the mixture of the young guys with the older guys and them, helping each other out. And, it's the whole, everything together makes the mix.
Yeah, for sure. What is your biggest goal for this season?
Try to win the Catholic League. That's always the goal, and then, try to make a run in the state playoffs.
Sure.
So hopefully we could do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not peaking too soon.
Yeah, I think that's been great. I caught the Fenwick game.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty exciting, the way that, we kept on fighting. I definitely see a lot of heart in the boys this year for sure, and I think that could be attributed to, how much I hear good things about you and your coaching style. So I think everything's going great so far.
Well, that's great, and, knock on wood that we keep it going, and we got a tough one tonight on the road at Marian, and, anytime you have to go out there, you got to be ready to play. Catholic League, you got to be ready to play against anybody.
What can us as students do for you guys to, help you guys?
Come on out and support, and we play exciting brand of basketball. I think that everybody, the student body, would love the way we play.
Yeah.
And we just need everybody to come out and support, and let's get the Maniacs on Michigan Avenue back.
Yeah. We have some games coming up against St. Lawrence and St. Rita, so we're definitely going to plan some really exciting things, so you guys look out for that. I just want to end the interview on, kind of a festive note. Christmas is coming up. What's your favorite Christmas movie or Christmas tradition?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. from here in Illinois.
Home Alone.
All right. Well, there you go. Home Alone is Coach DeCesare's favorite Christmas movie. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, we're here with our final segment, and I'm here with Mr. Tim Colletti.
Hello.
And I just wanted you to introduce yourself and kind of like what you do here at DeCesare.
Sure. I'm Tim Colletti. I teach freshman algebra and film studies, and I coach girls bowling. I've been here for 11 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So, you've been here for 11 years, so you've had 11 final exams or 11 years of final exams.
That's right.
What's the structure of the exam? How does that look?
So our exam periods are 70 minutes, so we try to fill it with as many questions as we can. My tests itself are 50 questions. It gives enough for me to get an idea of what the students know and without really overburdening them, but it does fill that 70-minute exam. Some kids finish quick, some kids take the whole time.
And so freshmen this is their first ever big exam, right?
Yeah.
Like they have like class exams, but like this is their first ever big exam.
That's right.
Do you have any like test taking tips that you specifically give your students, or like any great testing tips that you can give us?
Sure. What I do with my kids is I give them a study guide beforehand, and we take this whole week to make sure that they know everything that they need to know. So we have 5 chapters on the exam. We have a review for each of the 5 chapters. My tip for them would be do the study guide, because your teachers are putting things on a study guide that they want, that are going to be on the test.
Right.
And the other thing is ask your teachers. Sometimes the teachers will just tell you, like, this is exactly what's going to be on there. And for the kids that take the time and do the study guide, they're going to be successful. They're going to have everything they need to know. And it's the kids that take the time, don't take the time, and they wait and they put it off, and they're trying to finish the study guide at the beginning of right before the test. Those are the kids that struggle a little bit more. But ultimately, if you're paying attention in class, if you're doing your homework, and if you're asking questions, you're going to be fine. That's always how it is.
And preparing for the exam, you talked about study guides. Is there anything else that isn't necessarily as academic that you would recommend for students to do to prepare?
That's really what I do. I know some teachers will use like the online programs, the Kahoots, the Quizlets, and things like that. For me, it's I want to be in front of the kids, and I want them asking me questions. So I give them the study guide, and then I'm working with them all week. They're coming up to my desk. We're doing things on the board, whatever we have to do, just so they can see it and they can understand it. And when they leave, I know that they know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, I remember having you actually freshman year,
Yeah.
and you were my first final exam because you were my first period.
That's right.
So I remember going back then, and it was a lot, especially on me, because it was like this big test, and I was like,
Sure.
am I supposed to cramp in all these, you said 5 units
Yeah.
into a 70-minute question. So you did a well job of preparing me, and I did get an A on that. I would just like to brag
This
about
is
that.
true. That's true.
But yeah, so I just like the way, like you said, like you have us sit here and you actually teach us and you walk
Right.
through it step by step. So I really think that's useful. Do you have any last words of encouragement for these freshmen?
Get a good night's sleep before your finals. Don't take them for granted. Make sure that you're going over and reviewing your notes and your study guides, and just come into it with an open mind. Don't freak yourself out. Everything will be fine. It's 20% of your grade, of your semester grade, so it's important. You don't want to just forget about it, but
Yeah.
be calm and you'll be all right. Everything will be fine.
I agree.
One last kind of fun question
Sure.
for our Christmas kind of episode.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
Ooh, there are a lot of great Christmas songs, but the only one that is important to me is "Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays" by NSYNC. Every love it.
I think there's going to be some teachers that are going to agree with you.
I bet you're right.
I
bet
agree
you're
with
right.
that too. All right, well, thank you, Mr.
You're
Colletti,
welcome.
for
Thank
joining
you guys.
us.
Thanks for having me, and good luck to everybody on their finals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to Mrs. Stebelton, Coach DeCesare, and Mr. Colletti for taking the time and sitting down with us.
Yeah, and good luck everybody on finals next week. Make sure you sleep well, make sure you're eating breakfast, and make sure you study.
Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys next year. As always,
Go Meteors!
There we go.